OBS. Then I'm going to start recording on Camtasia. We have double coverage. Hi everybody, welcome to the Sunken World Saga. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play live stream, where we have 4 groups of 4 player characters. Tonight we are going to be continuing the adventures of the A-Team. The A-Team are a group of adventurers that have been operating out of the Hallandor Empire, traveling north with 2 of their companions who are promising them some sort of great reward. That great reward is yet to be seen, but they have already received soul bonds from Tove and Bruna, those 2 northern companions. The party have recently fallen into some trouble. They have had the Chalice, a god-killing artifact. It has been stolen, and they believe that the culprits are the Ultim Vectus, one of 3 thieves' guilds in the capital of the Hallandor Empire, the city of Seldamus. The party will introduce themselves in a moment, but they have just concluded a extremely stressful fight for the party, with 4 what they discovered to be changelings who are operatives of the Ultim Vectus. And now we will do our introductions, and then it's going to be time to play some Dungeons & Dragons, you all. So first up, we have Ash.
Hi everybody, my name is Ian Donovan Highland. I play Ash, the halfling warlock. He's just a wonderful little boy.
A wonderful little boy. After that wonderful little boy, we've got Arden. Logan. Logan, if you can.
Is it even a Sunken World stream if one of us doesn't forget we're on mute during the introduction?
My mic isn't working. Hello.
Hey, I can hear you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Logan Back. I play Arden, Swashbuckler Rogue. My DM actually uses Thieves' Cant, so I got that going for me.
After Arden, we have Aster.
Hello, my name is Connor Tolles. I play Aster Snowborn, the human variant druid. I forgot the name for a second.
Yep. And then we have Adira.
Hi, my name's Emmy. I play Adira Signoga, our paladin cleric. She's a human. Yeah.
Alrighty, there we go. So now the party find themselves together in this abandoned storehouse where they were just attacked. A changeling, a fey creature, has just escaped into the outside world. The door has shut, and blood is hot. Tensions are high. It's Dungeons & Dragons time.
Yep.
I know I casted Healing Spirit. I don't remember how many charges it used.
Okay, let's assume that it used 2.
Okay. Then I am going to, because I can do it 1 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is my wisdom, which is a 4. So that means I can do 5. I'm going to go hop in it twice.
Okay. All right, and then one other person can. Those rolls can be done in the chat.
I know I've asked this so many times, and I don't think I've ever written it down. But what does my abysmal cloak do?
We'll have to find that in an old episode. For now, let's just say it's a +1 to whatever you roll total.
Okay, so it is a 1d6. No, it's 1d8. Oh wait, no. That's
okay, so while Aster is jumping in and out of the healing spirit, the rest of you, what's the plan? What's the deal?
Adira's rubbing the hand she shook the changeling with onto like part of her scarf.
Okay. Wildly disrespectful. I love it.
No, I think she's doing it to try to get rid of like any trickery or magic that might be on it.
Bronx. Okay, yeah, you don't feel like your scarf has residue arcane arcane power or anything, but it feels all right.
Does anybody else need to hop in this?
Let me check. Actually, I mean, I'm
Okay.
not at 100, but I'm pretty sure other people were worse off than Ash.
I'm pretty good now, so
I'm like
you can keep
down
going.
20 points, but not terrible.
You take it. 20 points means more to you than me.
All right.
Oh. Big bragging halfling warlock over here.
How do you get 6?
All right.
Oh, is 20 HP a lot to you?
Oh, yeah, what a shame. I can deal 40 in with single turn of damage.
Yeah, but can you take 100 hit points in a single turn?
Evasion.
Fair!
There's a version of that conversation happening, but in terms that your characters understand.
Yeah. Yeah, but can you just heal people with a word?
I can kill the people dealing damage to them before they can even do the damage.
Ah, that's great. That's great. That's good for you.
Okay,
Can you attack
so-
twice?
Shit.
In fairness, he should have more. He would be better suited to attack twice than a warlock. Stupid rule should have a much higher level requirement. What were you gonna say?
For a blade warlock?
Yes. Fighters should get that skill before anyone else. Everybody else should have to do at least 2 more levels. Hun, what were you gonna say?
Okay, so we know Ash wants to kill them because he wants to keep Spark safe. Is that the idea? We storm their keep and we kill them? I can't... I know we said we, but I was the only one who shook her hand.
I don't want to risk anything happening to you either. I think that our best bet is to recruit some of their enemies. There's all of these people, right? Like, that seem to have it out for each other. Why don't we just point them at each other? Let them duke it out.
It's true.
Get our chalice back. Kill that fucking guy that wants to hurt Spark. And, you know...
That's true. We could
kill
always say
her so that she loses that face.
I am not the best at lying, so I would not like to do this, but somebody could say that they are of the faith of... they are of the faith of Ashura Mazdan, the same as I, and that the chalice is important to our religion, so perhaps we say we only want the chalice. They could have whatever gold and riches is in their mansion.
They could be more interested in territory. Seems to be quite the dispute here. One of the groups has already seemingly reached out to us, and I pull out the card again.
Yeah, I can't read that. That's sort of your thing.
Yeah, it's just a playing card.
We could also... Ash is munching on a burrito he had in his bag. Who knows how old it is, but it was there.
I mean, it's all the way from the Wester Island, so it's been a while. It's been a long trip to get here.
He hasn't worn these pants in like a month. He just found it.
I think that's a good bet. I guess the one thing that we know for sure is that what was the groups that they wanted to use us as a way to kill that other group, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was something they said.
They were hoping we would lead them to their base.
Well, what
Instead,
if-
we went to the rat hole.
No, I think it was someone led us here to the rat hole, and then
No,
they
you're-
thought the other group had the chalice, so they were hoping that we would lead them to that group that has the chalice. I don't think the Fae people have the chalice. At least not their whole group. I think someone in their ranks does,
well,
but isn't letting them know.
out of character, wasn't this the place that the handsome man told you to go?
Yes. However, they don't know they told us that they didn't know where the chalice was, and they were hoping that we would lead them to the other group because they think the other group stole the chalice.
They did not.
They
say
didn't.
that.
No, I think they were just simply looking to wipe out one of the other guilds. Quote unquote guilds.
The one who you
organizations.
directly asked about the chalice said she had no clue where it was, that she had not seen it. And then they did not mention anything about any other group having the chalice.
Oh, well, I don't think they know that. Oh, okay. I don't think they know that they have it. They said something about their sister who's sick, and that she played the violin when I cried on Don Kale. He was a puppet, and there was a woman playing a violin in the background. I don't know if they know that they have it.
So it sounds like, oh man, and Ash is just like holding his head in his hands, like rubbing his forehead, trying to figure out. It's just so hard to think, you know? Like, that's what he's thinking. It's just so hard to think. So if we try to get, there's like the chalice people, right? What are the suits again? Can you remind me, Arden?
Yeah, what are the suits again, Ben?
Yeah, it is.
I can't find my notes anywhere.
It is. They are coins, cups, staves, and swords.
Yeah, the coins, cups, staves, and swords. And the one I got was wasn't the cup. It was it stave?
It was so the Ultim Vectus. That is, they are staves. Eye and stave. The one that you have is the Novum Gladi.
Okay,
9 of swords.
got it.
And then the cups was like, we're the third people here.
There are less places that you have passed, Arden, that you have identified as cups, but there are
Got
a
it.
fair. I mean, there are a fair amount of them.
So cups, staves, and what? I'm sorry.
Cups, staves, and swords. Those are the ones that you have seen.
Oh, I was thinking the staves were the swords. Okay.
Staves are like
And-
staffs.
And what was the one that was on the garden door?
That was the personal crest of the Carboculus family. It was a mushroom.
But didn't we also see? That's where we first saw a thieves guild or a thieves camp symbol.
Yes. Like they were protected, or it was like owned by them, the Thieves Guild, something like that.
Which one was on their garden gate?
I mean, I don't remember if I said that there was one, but
No, I'm pretty sure you just said it was more like a general, hey, don't rob here, idiot.
yeah, I
There's a
don't
warning.
think that. I mean, if there is one, it's the Ultim Vectus. It's the eye staff, the one staff. So you can reasonably determine that they have something to do or some level of protection from the Ultim Vectus, the one staff. Their name actually means staves high, because it's like the best ace, not the low ace.
So which do we choose? The one that Arden got the card for?
Why don't we
Well,
do?
Assuming we're not being followed, it would probably be best to meet up with them, considering they have made an effort to reach out.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know what the deal with the Cups folk are, though. Out of a sheer amount of curiosity,
Yeah.
but also like, what if we got both of these thieves guild to work together so that they could split the territory and like
That
kind of
would be ideal, but
that seems like the best bet, right? Get the little guy to team up with the second biggest guy to take on the biggest guy, and then
Well, if we go talk to them, then and we ask them what their feeling about the cups are, and it's somewhat neutral, I think we could probably work that out.
that sounds like a good idea.
yeah.
We just got to get into that building. We need to assemble a team. There's 4 of us. We probably need, like 7 more.
Can one of them have a very bad accent that he's putting on that he clearly doesn't actually have?
Yeah. And maybe one of them's just like really good with playing cards, and we'll figure out what that means later.
And we get all of them, but they're all the same card.
I don't know where you're going, but I like it.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
It's a reference to an old traveling play.
Wait, it is?
Yeah, the Seas of 11 Seas or something.
Oh, I just thought we were trying to get. Okay, you know what? You probably know better than me. That's fine. So we shouldn't do the copy. All right. So where do we go?
Yeah. Would it be safe to assume I can work out where the base of the Novum Gladi is, or some kind of headquarters would be, just by walking around and making sure that we're not being followed?
Yeah, I mean, so it would be reasonable that you could. So I don't know if you could just find their headquarters, because if you, an outsider from outside the city,
not like that, but like
it from
find more of like a heavier presence so we can work from there.
Definitely. So okay, if you all say that you have left the building, is that what you would like to do?
We've left the building.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to follow the rules. You all leave the building. You enter Greater Seldamus, and with not too far of a walk, I'll say that the two of you with the... Well, okay, I'll say that the person with the highest perception and Arden can make perception checks. And we'll take the average of that to see how you all feel about being followed.
Okay.
My perception is 4. I think Aster would have a better perception.
My perception is also 4. I mean, I'm happy to look.
My perception
I
is
just
only 1.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's not good.
I'm gonna roll mine.
I'll just roll perception. 18.
Okay, so we will take the average of that. Becomes 31, so we'll say 16. We'll round up for the only time on the stream. And you see that you are being tailed, but as soon as you notice it, they sort of drop back, and you feel like they are probably not like an advanced person based on... They are dressed like they are trying to be unnoteworthy. Like they're in a gray tunic and have a hood up. So they are trying to like, oh, I'm just walking around. I don't want to be in the sun. What? And they kind of stand out. You feel like they're probably a very lower ranked member of whatever organization they were in. And once you see them, you are able to lose them fairly easily. And then you are able to find a place with much greater Novum Gladi presence. You come to a street where basically everything seems to be Novum Gladi protected or targeted. And you see one that says protection, but that is a very old, very, very old notice. And next to it, you see what you understand Arden in Thieves' Cant to be solid, as in like well looked after, trusted customer. Absolutely, it's basically like, hey, absolutely do not steal from this person. They have protection. It will ruin a working relationship. You also see one building that has a equally old symbol of protection from the Novum Gladi, and then there is also what you see as false, which means basically like loose lips, untrustworthy with any information.
Okay.
If Adira had pointed out to us that we were being tailed, Astra would have druid crafted a flower and written on it, the best way to be inconspicuous is to not try too hard to be inconspicuous on the petals, and dropped it before we lost them.
Okay, you drop that.
Good try, though.
This is a wonderful try. Okay.
Okay.
So there are these two buildings.
Yeah, I think I would kind of explain the meaning of the solid one and just ask if the party thinks it's a good idea to like maybe try and gather some information there.
I mean, I would guess so. Why would it not be exactly?
I guess if they're like super protective of the group, they might want release any information.
Yeah, but we're saying we'll help them kill their sworn enemy.
Well, they don't know that. They might just think we're trying to find them and kill them. We're not proven friends. It's just we were given a card in the middle of a crowd while we were moving.
Right.
Did you tell us
Sorry,
about the loose-lipped one?
Yeah, I probably would have like given a brief explanation of the street, what's going on.
Well, why don't we just go ask these folks what everybody's about? If they're a chattermouth, that'll at least help us get a lay of the land as to like what group does what. Like which one steals babies and sells them on the black market to wizards? Which one helps homeless people get jobs?
Could attempt both.
I say we can certainly try both. I don't necessarily
split,
like
do them both.
Well, yeah, I definitely want to kill the stave folk because they want to hurt Spark. Who's to say that this other roguish group won't backstab us and hurt us all the same? So
No.
maybe we should get the lay of the land first. Think about it a little bit.
Forgive the pun, but we do need to play our cards right here. A misstep would be fatal.
Ash has a spit take at that. He thought that was a good pun.
I'll follow whatever you two say. I'm not as well versed in this seedy culture.
I'm not an expert in it either, but I probably grew up in a little bit more closer proximity to it, so fair. Arden here is a rat scoundrel, isn't he?
Right, well, not really, but I know enough. How about two of us go talk with the sturdy one, the trustworthy one, the one that is to be protected by the group, and the other two go and speak with the loose-lipped one. Try and get a general idea of the groups in the area, not anything hyper-specific, not anything cluing into what we're actually looking for, just a general idea of their operations, the townsfolk's consensus on them.
That sounds like a good idea to me. Yeah.
Works for me.
Well, Adira, you're really good at reading people, right?
I guess I'm okay at it.
And Aster, how about you?
Yeah, when I pay attention, I'm pretty good.
Well, seeing as you lost the chalice, can you pay attention, please?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. No, we'll make it through. It's just a god-killing chalice. So, okay. Wait, so does that mean that you're proficient in it?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like whoever's proficient...
I'm not proficient in insight, but I just have a 4 in it because I'm just have good wisdom.
Yeah.
So
I have a -1.
I have an
I was-
8 insight.
I was going to say I think it'd probably be best if Aster and I were split between the two of you.
That's what I was thinking too, because we're just maybe a little bit more amenable at getting information.
Yeah, we're
And y'all are a
liars.
little bit more amenable at intaking information.
Yeah.
Do we want to split it, Aster and Arden, since that's like the highest and the lowest insight, and Ash and Adira, or?
I think that's a good idea.
I think that works.
Okay,
Adira-
which group's going to which one?
I have
I'd
the
say
cards, so
Arden.
I'd say the sturdy house.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. So they're not houses. These are shops, by the way.
Okay, yeah. Sturdy building.
It's got some great bones.
Look at that woodwork. Look at those stones. The foundation. The crown molding.
Those
Right.
bricks laid
Sturdy.
beautifully.
Who would like to go first?
You
Okay,
can go
Mind
ahead.
if you guys... Oh, go ahead then.
Ash and
I was gonna say
Adira.
whose ever name comes first, and then
Okay, Ash and Adira,
Yeah, there we
you
go.
walk up to a large building, and the sign above it says in Common, Elvish, and Halfling, odds and tail ends.
Awesome.
what do you think they sell?
Probably just a little bit of everything, I'd bet.
Yeah,
Let's take a look.
we walk in.
Yeah,
Ash is going to
and
walk in.
You all walk in, and you can see that there is a well-dressed gentleman speaking to a well-dressed woman up in one of the corners, and you notice that all sort of around on different tables there are sort of like trinkets, knickknacks, a few weapons, a few pieces of armor, some useful things, but largely, just kind of like stuff seems to be the deal here. The items on the table do not necessarily represent what is actually here.
Right.
And you notice that there are a few people milling about, just sort of, we're standard customers, is kind of the vibe that you can see from them.
Adira is gonna head straight back to this table closest to where the two fancy people are talking, and just sort of look at what's on the table itself. Not actually looking at it, but like
Sure.
just sort of like
Pretending-
being like,
intently
yeah.
studying while listening.
yeah,
Yeah. And so you
being bad at it
Yeah, I guess make a stealth check, Adira.
because she's not very.
I don't know if subtle has ever really come up for Adira.
It hasn't, and she's not.
Okay. So you are not sneaking, like trying to be quiet. So I'm not going to make you do that with disadvantage. So we'll take the 13.
Yeah.
So you come over and you are looking over what's on this table. It seems to be scrolls. You see, they seem to be largely in 3 groups. There is one that is sealed with a black ribbon one that is sealed with a red ribbon, and then there is a much smaller little stack. There's only 3 of them that have these sort of fuchsia ribbons on them. And there is a small sign written in Elvish. Do you speak Elvish, Adira?
I do.
Okay. It says, please re-roll. And it's in very fancy script. It's kind of annoying how like fancy it is for them saying, if you unroll it, please re-roll. And what you hear is basically a conversation. These two are just like kind of gossiping at the moment.
Okay.
Basically talking about another shopkeep getting divorced.
Okay. So it's not something that they're really trying to like. Also
No,
keep
and
hidden.
and any level of interest that you have, they're probably just like, oh, we're being very salacious. This is such an interesting conversation. I'm sure that anyone would be interested if they came over and heard the minor details.
Okay.
Ash is gonna look around. Is there like a broom boy? Is there like a not the owner, but like the guy that like stacks the shelves, basically?
Doesn't seem to be a stock boy.
Is this like a really fancy place or a kind of like?
It's really clean, and there aren't prices on many things, but what prices there are on, it does seem to be pretty steep.
Okay. And these are just customers, right?
Yeah, they seem to be sort of, one of them seems to be killing time, and one of them is genuinely looking over some books. Looks like they are looking for a specific volume. And after a few moments of you two in here, okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, Ash is gonna go over to the guy that's looking at books and like, looking for anything in particular?
Yes, a history volume.
Oh, history of what?
One of the histories. I'm looking for the history of, of the conquest of Lycery in the south.
Oh.
Well, in the south east, so to speak.
Is it not like labeled properly? Is it not like stocked in its proper place?
No, it's just there are a few of these books that I know actually touch on the subject just a little bit, and if they do not have what I need, I'm looking for one of them that would have an appendice, but I'm having trouble remembering, and I don't want to flip them open because if I ruin the binding at all, I would feel terrible for the person who eventually would buy this. Yes.
Oh, I mean, absolutely, that makes sense to me. Is there do you know if there's like a bathroom in here? I was coming in for a job interview, but I wanted to make sure that
What?
Yeah. Is this not the... Is there no job interview today?
I don't know what that is.
A bathroom? Then? Is that not a thing?
A job interview? No, it wouldn't be a thing.
Oh, I thought you were saying the bathroom was what he was confused about. Okay. Oh, I thought that I saw an application for a stock buy. I guess that those are the owners over there, maybe?
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh.
I don't believe that they have public facilities, no.
Ah, dang. All right. I'll just hold it then. Thank you.
All right.
Later. Good luck with your book. It's probably that one, and I'm just gonna point at the table.
No.
In an earnest way, but
apologies, this is on Shuhani's agriculture. Oh, okay, you walked away.
Oh no, the one next to it there. I'm gonna start looking at this table too, but I don't read Elvish, so I'm confused.
And by this point, these two have walked over. Hello, can I help you find anything? He says with a non-Hallandor accent, the gentleman who comes over to speak first.
Oh, it's interesting hearing somebody else who's not from Allendor, isn't it, Adira? Where are you guys from?
We are from Aberdeen, the Gold Isles.
You're from the Gold Isles. I'm from the Gold Isles. What are you doing
Yes.
Coupling up on the walls there.
Oil Nakan, correct?
Yes, sir. Old Nakan.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful. Good to see you are not back home at the moment. Terrible time to be here.
What's going on back home?
Oh, just, Talsibere is on the move. And
Then what does that mean to me?
Tal Sibore is the isolationist island among the Gold Isles. They have not allowed any ships to enter their ports for the last 200 years. The last time that they did, they slaughtered everyone on the ship,
Oh,
taking everything that was on it. And they have only ever really left the island before they stopped leaving the island to basically try to conquer Docero, which they did not succeed in, but they did a much better job than a small island should have been able to manage.
well,
And
that's-
Olnacone is fairly close to it, so I just thought that might not be the best.
Ash is worried about his family now. He's like, oh god, I gotta write home and make sure that everybody's okay.
Can I help you find anything? Excited as I would be to speak about, the experience of a stranger in a strange new land, I am sure that you would be more interested in our expertise as the keepers of this shop.
Well, yeah, naturally. This all looks very fancy, right, Adira?
Yes, very fancy.
But just kind of wondering what your exact specialty is. I know odds and what was it again? Odds and tail ends. Is that right?
Tailends, correct. She said.
That's fun. I like that name. That's a good. Shops need to have good names like that more often. Just just wondering what your specialty is. We're kind of just visiting the town tourists. Wanna peruse.
Well, as we say, it is sort of ideally, people would come in for all sorts of things. You come here, you think, oh, I need a book, so you enter to buy one of our books. But while you are here, you see that there is perhaps a lovely set of knives that you could buy for your home. That's what we trade in. We trade in just enough specialty to get by.
Well,
Where
what do
did
you
you
need,
get
Adira?
such nice things?
Well, we have a standing relationship with several different merchants about the town. What they would normally sell to a specialty shop for quite a hefty price, as it is being sold in bulk, we are able to say, well, I only need 5 of these things, which you carry 200. There is a rather large supply. The demand is not overly high, and so perhaps we could get it at a bargain. And then, of course, we sell it for a price that allows us to turn a reasonable profit, a humble profit.
Sounds like a good business model. What's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing,
Yeah, your favorite thing.
in the shop, that would have to be... well, we sell, they're called pineapples.
Mm-hmm.
The pineapples, I have those chilled in the back, they're delicious.
Wait, that's food?
Yes.
Pineapple. Have you heard of that?
Would Adira have heard of it?
Probably not. They come to us all the way from the far west, the far western continent.
Well, that sounds amazing.
Sounds very fancy.
Where'd you manage to get that? Do you work with like a local dealer or something to get that?
Make a... Oh, let's call it a performance check, Ash.
All right. 16.
Okay. I think that you have kind of made what you're hinting at clear enough.
Nice.
And so she kind of leans down and says, well, let me put it to you this way. It is not entirely of a legal persuasion, our agreement to secure things like this.
Well, that just sounds like more fun, doesn't it? And I bet it's better profit too.
Aye, certainly. The goods traded by the Zolka are not easy to come by.
The Zolka? Who's the Zolka? Just between you and me, obviously. We're literally passing through.
Oh, have you not... They are the, from the Western continent, they have come to the Western Isles, and they have set up a kingdom of their own, and are very interested with trading with those on the continent of Walham. But
Oh.
most of the nations have agreed simply that they will not be trading with them, so as to prevent hurting their agreements with the Kyotoi, the Mashato, and the Hakote. However, we happen to have some friends who are very friendly with Zolka. It's a pleasant agreement, and one that I'm sure Monsieur Halfling will keep discreet.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, in fact, I think my friend and I were kind of looking for a little day job. If you could kind of give us the skinny on who's hiring
Well, if you
for some less above board work.
well, that is not something that my beloved and I trade in very often, but I would be willing to recommend Monsieur Halfling and Madame Human Woman for work with some of our friends. A trip to the coast would suit you all well, I think.
Who are your friends? We're careful about who we get into business with, as I'm sure you understand.
Oh, they go by, sometimes they come to us with pseudonyms, but they are smugglers, my boy. I'm speaking of, those who come in with silent ships under black sails and sail to hidden parts of the coast. And
No, I think he means more so who we could talk to.
Like locally speaking.
make a persuasion check.
10.
Would he not get advantage because I was helping him?
What's Adira's body language like right now?
I think she's just standing up straight, arms crossed, sort of like face very blank.
Okay, then I'll call that. Yeah, so go ahead and just make another persuasion check, and we'll count that as advantage.
21. There we go.
Okay. Well, they've been coming by somewhat rarely of late, but the Novum Gladi, one of the city's premier thieves guilds. Right, well, not the best, of course, but one of the goods, one of the good ones.
That sounds very interesting. Now, if you don't mind my asking, I mean, you know us folk from Oil Nicon, we do love a little bit of gossip. What's the you got any good stories?
Sure, certainly. There is a woman who lives on this street, and she thinks that no one is aware of her. Well, she is single, and of course the gentleman is single, but the priests of Casterat are meant to be celibate when it comes to people outside of their order. But she is sneaking around the grounds of the Temple of Death.
You don't say.
Something tells me that she is not she is receiving Le Petit Mort, but not the greater one, if you understand.
I do understand that. Don't you understand, Adira?
Adira's face is red and she's sort of looking down at her feet now.
She's a little bit more of the not quite as but I meant more in the in those thieves guild. You said that there's multiple of them, because that sounds just exciting at the very least. What's the skinny there?
We mostly interact with the Novum Gladi, says the gentleman. But then there is the Ultim Vectis. They have been courting us for some time, but we are loyal to our friends. They are quite far-reaching, but if there is a big dog, they can only watch so much of the yard, you understand.
Oh yeah. The Ultim one, that's the staves.
Ultim Vectors are the staves. Yep.
Who's the little dog? You know that there's got to be someone that just gets picked on all the time, right?
I suppose that would be the Novum Gladii.
Is that the cups?
Nope, the Novum Gladii are the Nine of Swords.
Oh, so these people don't even seem to be aware of the cups then. Okay. Yeah, I mean, is there anything that you wanted to do to your... I'm just kind of trying to gather intel on the dynamics.
I thought I had heard perhaps our other an old friend of ours had said that there was a third party, I thought, here.
Oh, they mean the cups, darling. The cups. Yes. The remnants of one of the, Once upon a time, there were many different thieves' guilds, vying over streets at a time in the city. There were a total of 52 different bands of thieves in our fair city. And, when numbers were severely whittled down among the lesser, they joined the greater, which were the Ultim Vectis and what was it? The Triumvirate Chalice. And
The Triumvirate Chalice.
yes.
That's a hell of a name.
And then the Novum Gladii came along as a sort of scrappy underdog. And the Ultim Vectis completely obliterated the Triumvirate Chalice. In the wake of that conflict, two forces of almost equal measure coming to terms with each other, the Ultim Vectis were severely weakened, and the Novum Gladii, though weak in numbers, were able to take over roughly 2/5 of the city. And it has been so ever since, with the Ultim Vectis having a clear upper hand, and the Novum Gladii just managing to hold on to what they have. Though they are, of course, very efficient at keeping us safe, very efficient at making sure that we are able to make a living. But a few months ago, a group calling themselves the Cups arrived, saying that they were the remnants of the Triumvirate Chalice. But Triumvirate Chalice were destroyed some 20 years ago.
Did the chalice mean anything, or was it just sort of a name?
It was, they represented... Traditionally, the Thieves' Guild named themselves after different cards in a pack. They were the Three of Cups.
I see.
And now they're just the cups.
Now they are just the Cups, indeed.
Who's their leader? If he's claiming... I mean, it sounds like they're claiming this big, bold lineage, right? They've got to have some, like...
I don't know everything about every...
Ah, come on, you gotta know something for me. Is this so juicy?
No, I know a little bit of... I don't even think about the Cups. That's how insignificant they seem to be.
Fair enough, fair
Then-
enough.
What are they trying to do? They're just trying to take back over the city?
I suppose that's what all three of them are trying to do, but there is, of course, the fear that if the Ultim Vectis... I suppose if they spread their influence too wide, it would be easy for them to fall from within. That's what happened when we opened 2 more stores. Oh. It's very difficult to operate things in various different places, you understand.
Yeah,
Can I-
the economy.
What's that? Can I make an insight check on whether they know anything else about the cups?
Yep.
9.
They are. They have told you everything they possibly could about the Cups.
Okay.
You have exhausted that dialogue tree.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Do you all have any other questions, or shall we go to the other two?
I'm fine for a cut if you are, Emmy.
I am good for a cut.
Okay. You go over to two of you who are outside of the two of you. We go over to Arden and Aster. The two of you are outside of what appears to be a locksmith's shop.
Before we head in, I'm just gonna cast guidance on myself, the cantrip, so I can add a D4 to one of my rolls while I'm in here.
Okay.
All right. Is it pretty much just like the desk here
Yep.
and someone behind it? Okay.
You walk into this room. There is a halfling sitting on a stool behind the desk. He is currently reading.
As we walk up, I'm gonna druid craft a flower and say, excuse me.
Just a second. He turns a page, and then you see he picks up literally a leaf and puts it into the book, then closes it.
I hand him a flower. The
I
flower that druid crafted.
don't know.
I like to use flowers as my marks.
Well,
Makes up a lot prettier.
I don't. Take that back.
And just look down a little sad.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, we are new in town and pretty much just trying to get a lay of the land. Our business kind of takes us in and out of a lot of locations where locks are quite prominent, where they're necessary, quite honestly. We just wanted... Okay. I'm going to level with you. We're looking for friends in the city, quite honestly. That is it. That is the sole purpose we're here. And I'm going to put my hands on the desk and like slide out the card, tap on it in the way that they tapped friend on my shoulder when they handed it to me, and just do that.
How long have you had it?
Got it earlier today, probably less than an hour.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Alright. How about this? I blindfold the two of you. I step outside. I come back in. Blindfolds come off. You two wait with me for about an hour. I get an
100
answer. Then
Insight.
I tell you what I know.
100% an insight
Or
check.
to Aster first. Yeah.
I mean, what do you want to gain from this insight check?
I mean, is he trying to set us up? Is he is he actually willing to like be helpful? I'm also checking.
I'll tell you if he is going to. If you roll really high, I'll tell you definitively whether he is going to try to kill you or rob you if he blindfolds you.
Okay, I'm gonna use my D4 with this too.
Okay,
19.
a 19. He does not intend to harm you or take anything from your person. When he is saying.
I was also wanting to check his reaction whenever Arden tapped friend on the card.
Okay. Would you rather use this 19 for that or for the blindfold?
Oh, I was thinking it would like all be in one.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that insight can function as a vibe checker.
I mean, since you already told me that he wasn't planning on doing stuff with the 19, I guess I'll use it on that.
Okay.
But so do I need to roll again for the other thing?
I think that. Okay, but here on out, you can only do one check, and then there has to be some more time that passes and other people doing checks and stuff. So yeah, one more insight check is all right. Okay, dirty 20, and then D4.
Oh no, you can only use it once. Like, and you choose when you use it.
Wait, was it guidance?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, guidance. Guidance is the one. I'm sorry, I was thinking of bless. Okay, and bless wouldn't work for insight. Okay, so dirty 20. He seemed to register that. That seemed to sway him towards acting more immediately rather than trying to question what was going on anymore.
All right. Cool. He seems on the level.
Okay. Would we be staying here in your shop?
Yeah.
Okay. We have friends outside in a different store.
Sure.
They won't know anything.
Sure. I mean, hey, it will not take me long to get someone moving to go and get the answer. And once they come in, they can wait with you.
All right.
You and
sounds
your
good to
friends
me.
just have to act like normal customers if an actual normal customer walks in.
Got it. Yeah.
Even while we're blind.
Well, you're blindfolded. I'm gonna lock the door. And he lifts up a sort of like a bar thing. Comes over and he says, "Can you kneel down?"
Yeah. And I do.
He ties a very thick blindfold around your eyes. And he goes, "Do you, Aster? Can you kneel down?"
Yeah. What's your name, by the way? I'm Master.
I You can call me Fresh, and then he ties it up.
Cool name.
All right. And he walks away, and you hear a click. You two are standing. You are blindfolded.
It was kind of mean that he didn't take my flower.
Maybe try again in a little bit. Maybe he'll become a friend. He's not a friend right now.
His name's really cool.
Click.
Fresh before.
All right. You two can lean back down. Kneel down, please.
Right. Do the same.
Yeah.
Yep. He unties it, and then he walks back around. He says, "All right. Well, we got about an hour."
All right. So, anything we should know about the city? We were actually quite honestly looking for information about the city. We've only been here for like 2 days, 3 days.
Stay out of the upper district. Nothing but motherfuckers up there.
There was a talking rooster. There was like a drunk rooster. We were up there.
Oh, yeah. See, that kind of shit doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that specific instance happening before, but otherwise, weirder shit tends to happen up there, whereas down here, things tend to be normal.
Anywhere we could get a drink without a talking rooster? I mean, it was interesting, but like...
Most taverns, I mean, chances of you running into a talking rooster seem to be like, I don't know, 100 to 3.
Well, I mean,
okay.
technically with me around a talking rooster, it's like 100% chance. Because like,
That's true. That is true. But only you hear them. And I think that's the linchpin there.
Oh, well, I was the only one who heard the rooster before. I was just translating for you guys.
Yeah, but it had intent in its actions, like more so than other animals would.
That's true. It seemed oddly sentient.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Okay. Do the other two, do you all have any more questions, or are you gonna come looking for your pals?
He's looking for our pals.
Yeah, I think we got what we needed.
Okay.
You said this guy's
He is a halfling, correct. So, Adira and Ash come into the locksmiths.
So Fresh, do you know where I can like find seeds like cool seeds?
No. I don't. Do I look like I have time to garden?
Well, I mean, you use a leaf as your bookmark. That seems like you're pretty cool with nature.
Yeah. Well, it's autumn. There's leaves everywhere.
You could dry flowers with your book and then give them out to
I don't. And he,
lovers
he
whenever
waves
you
his
open your
hand.
book.
I don't
Be interesting, very
want
mysterious.
flowers. Are these your friends?
Ash says
Yeah.
in halfling, "Hey man, how you doing?"
And Halfling back to you, he says, "All right."
That's it. All right.
No, and then he like eyes Adira, and then he eyes the other two, and he says, "They with you?"
They're with me. Oh, he did say that in halfling. Whoops.
No, he says that to Ash and Halfling. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh yeah, and Ash goes, yeah, they're with me.
White hair. What's his deal?
He's just weird, honestly. Nice guy.
He Fey folk?
No. More adult. Ash doesn't know if he's
he
fake.
he like scans your face when you say that. All right.
Is he faithful? No, he's adult.
All right. And then in
like
common,
adult.
in common, he says, "I apologize. I have been nearly tricked by people who have the ability to put on false faces before. And so I did not
Is
want
that a
to
common
happen
thing
again."
here too? Like the rooster, are we going to see that more too?
No, it's just a common thing when you are friendly with the competition of the folk who are capable of doing that.
Oh yeah, they definitely suck.
So I apologize. He says that to Aster.
For what?
See, he doesn't. And Ash says in halfling, so he doesn't even realize that it's whatever you did. He doesn't even notice.
Never mind. All right, you all have about an hour.
What is this
Anything
store
else?
sell?
This is a locksmith's.
Like cool art on the wall.
No, there is no art on the walls. Instead, there are basically these cabinets. They are in dwarvish make. So they have these large slots that are they're almost like Art Deco. But then they are just these big, like, beautiful bronze works over like silver gilding.
Do they have like padlock or like what kind of locks do they have? Is it like all door locks, or is there like the locks that you can put on your locker? Or
You don't see any locks.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you all have an hour. Do you want to discuss anything? Do anything?
What was in the other store?
The other store? It was just knickknacks, really. They were just loose-lipped folk. That's all.
Knickknacks. I like knickknacks.
I know you like
Really?
knickknacks.
Come back.
Yeah, but if you're not here when the hour's up, good luck finding anybody who can help you.
Aster, maybe we should focus.
I mean, we have an hour,
Yeah, but maybe we should focus.
but like, what are we gonna do in here for an hour?
Do you
What
like
do you guys
reading,
think?
Aster?
Aster?
Aster, do you like novels?
Yeah, but they don't really hold my attention for that long.
Oh.
Esther, I have an idea. I think that Spark needs a flower crown and Ash needs one to match. Why don't you go make him one of those?
Ooh.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just immediately start doing it right there.
Fucking stop! Don't do that. Why-
I'm sorry.
why
are
are
you
you-
allergic?
Why are you doing that in here? No, it's just, that's Faye. That's Faye shit. That is Faye shit. What he's doing.
He's a
No.
he's a Druid.
He's a druid. He just does this. Trust me, it's not gonna hurt anyone.
All right.
It's mostly to keep him from wandering off.
Sprouting one of the tree seeds that I picked up. Oh, didn't mean to do that one. It'll be fine. And I put it in my pocket.
Honestly, this is going to keep him out of your hair.
Yeah. He's not going to ask any questions. He's not going to talk to you, really.
All right. Okay. And, yeah, so do you all just spend an hour sitting?
Yeah.
I'd probably ask him about locks, like, genuinely interested to see, like, as a locksmith, what he thinks are, like, common, like, weaknesses and security issues with the most common locks, and what's like, the preferred good one to get if you actually want to protect stuff.
So he
Yeah,
is
because
not...
you're so bad at it.
He is not like he's not very forthcoming, because it seems like he's like, if I tell everyone how to get around locks, how am I going to make money? But he does tell you basically that most Hallandor locks run on a 3-prong system. Basically, there are 3 sort of levels that you have to pass through with a key. And it is a way to be more secure, because the idea is that you can fake pretty much a key on a single pass lock, on a dual pass lock. You can jimmy that pretty easily with any other dual lock key that is made kind of the same way, but the third one basically adds a level of difficulty for anyone trying to get in, and it also, because it has to have a more complex inner system, you have to make it bigger. And so that way it is harder for it to be broken.
Ash is also listening to this because I was looking through the urchin background, and apparently I'm also proficient in thieves' tools.
There we go. He's not that good at it.
Not super good at it, but
Yeah, as soon as Fresh sees Aster dancing, he's just like, fucking.
Aster's gotten weirder, I swear. Aster's gotten more spacey.
But he's willing to spend an hour vaguely telling you about locks.
Does he go into like the history of locks at all? Because I'm whatever he's gotta say, I'm kind of interested.
Yeah, I mean, he explains that it was a way to prevent like during war the theft of supplies in what is now the Zeshan Empire, when rival like small towns would be fighting each other. You would have to have some level of a lock, and he explains that basically the most common type of lock was a large chain link, like a single large chain link with a locking mechanism attached to it that really was just meant to like buy time and make a lot of noise when it was opened, so that any guards nearby would be like, oh shit, they're trying to steal our food or our armor. Let me go over there.
Yeah, that's what we used back home. We basically didn't even have a chain lock. It was just a piece of glass that we found on the street, and we put it up in our old window. And that way, if anybody tried to get in, they'd have to shatter the glass, and we'd be able to like scramble out of there and make sure we got away in case they were like intruders or anything like that.
Yeah, that's extremely sad to hear.
It's all right, we at least had a piece of glass.
That's true. Some people don't have a piece of glass to use to ward off invaders. Anyway.
I lean over to Adira and I'm like, this is what I mean when I think he's an orphan.
I mean, now we know he's not, so it's kind of weird saying it now again.
Well, maybe he's not an orphan because they had a piece of glass. I'm rethinking my entire knowledge.
And you are
I'm
in
very
the
confused.
locksmiths.
Ben's like, all right. Yeah, just looking around, is there anything interesting?
There are cabinets. There are his books. There's him. There's a door to another part of the shop. It's past the bar. There's a small, like, bird bath, but it's inside and there's no water.
What's with the bird bath?
I make them in my spare
You
time.
make bird
A friend of mine is coming by to pick it up.
That's so nice, actually.
It's
You
fine.
know, it's like have a lot prettier flowers.
I'm this close to making you wait outside.
If you do that, he'll turn into a dog. I swear he will.
If he turns into a dog, deal's off. I'm not telling you anything.
Aster was just about to turn into a dog, and he hears that and stops.
I think at a certain point, Arden's just going to pull out a book and start reading and waiting.
Okay, and so you all wait, and the hour's up. And then you hear a knock on the door. He gets up. He says, close your eyes.
Close my eyes.
Ash closes his eyes.
Yeah, Adira closes her eyes.
You hear some whispers. All right.
Spark doesn't close his eyes, though.
Okay. So the you need to go to a shop. It's about 3 streets over. It's called Six Roosters.
6 roosters.
You're going to enter it, and you're going to ask about their public facilities. When they tell you that they don't have any, you need to tell them that you are a friend of the Big Elves. You will be let through to the sewers. Keep left. Not strictly, but keep left.
Great.
All right. Friend of the Big Elves. Right. Sounds good. Thank you for your help.
Keep left.
Not the whole time.
Keep left, not the whole time.
Go in straight, then keep left. Go middle of the pack, and then go left. I ask them there. Ask them there.
Okay, got it.
Oh, real
Right.
quick, just a quick little tidbit of a question. What's the deal with these cubs? Like, do they matter at all?
They are not your concern if you consider yourself a friend of the Nolan Gladeye. They are a rival group of thieves who are trying to weasel in on the boss's turf.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm tempted to tell them not to let you in now.
I'm just curious.
I
It's
wouldn't
one of
go
those
around
things.
asking questions about one group of people that have seemingly lent their trust to you, and then ask about their competition. Not very smart.
I'm just asking about them because, the other group seems really dangerous. And we want to be able to make sure that we got our back watched. I mean, you mentioned that people change faces. We don't want to get caught up in all that,
Certainly.
All right. Thank you for your help. We will be going.
Sure.
Hopefully things will go ideally. And Arden starts walking out.
Gonna offer him. I made a
Aster's
third.
just going to take Aster's hand and be like, come on, man, let's go.
I made a third flower crown while I was dancing. And I'm just gonna lay it on the counter. And I know you don't like flowers, but I don't know. I like to leave flowers. Okay, bye. Turn around and walk away.
When Aster's turned around, Adira's going to quickly snatch the flower crown off the table and say, sorry, and then leave.
Thank you. You are able to quickly make it 3 streets
could've-
over.
Wait, when we get outside, I was gonna say, can we go to the knickknack store real fast? I'm starting to run a little low on my seeds.
They don't have seeds there. They sell knickknacks, not produce.
Before we leave the city, we'll get you more seeds.
You pass a vendor who has seeds, 10 silver a pack.
Oh, well, I was lying. I wasn't actually low on seed. I just wanted to go look.
Okay. Then
But
he's
I-
like, premium seed, premium seed.
Ew. Ben.
I love
It's
premium.
not gross. Some people don't think that way.
Master will buy some.
All right.
You
Just
have like
mark
a
off the appropriate.
variety pack?
I do not. Same pack. It's 10 silver.
And what if you buy in bulk?
They are all the same.
What kind of flowers are?
I don't know.
You don't know what your own product is?
I was given these by my boss.
I hand him a gold and a silver. And I
This
say,
is
just
11 silver.
oh, yeah.
Thank you for the tip. Here's your pack of seed. He hands you a pack of seed, and he takes his cart, and he runs off.
If 1 silver is 1 gold, why didn't you just say 1 gold?
People are less likely to buy it, he shouts as he runs off. But you see, as you come to the street, you see 2 buildings, both marked Altum Vectus. You see one titled Colt's Shop, and then one that is 6 Roosters. And you actually see the sign is, the lettering is in common, and it is over 6 marching roosters in a line. Like, painted on very simply. They are in this building, down here.
All right, let's
Follow
go.
Master.
And Diana.
Okay. Arden, you walk in, and you hear, just a minute! Just a minute!
Yes, of course. Take as much time as you need.
And a woman comes out, brushing off a, like an apron. Hello! Hi. She comes
Hi.
out from behind a curtain. Hello.
We were just walking. We wanted to know, do you have any public facilities?
No, we don't have any. Sorry about that. Sorry. Sorry for you to come in.
Are you sure? We did hear, just friends of ours. We're friends of the Big Elves.
Okay.
It was like a
yeah,
tall thing.
I was told that 4 of you would be coming in. Pretty woman, red-haired halfling, pretty half-elf, and a moony guy. All right. That looks like it.
Somebody said I was pretty.
Well, we all think you're pretty, dear.
Why do they think I'm a half elf? And who's this Mooney guy?
All right. I've been instructed to let you all through. Anything that happens to you all down in the sewers is not my fault. So just be forewarned. And when you go through, make sure first room you want to go dead on straight, and you want to watch your step.
All right.
And she moves aside, and you are able to pass through the curtain and go down into the sewers.
Looking around, is there anything that we notice in this back room that seems sketchy? Like, have we figured out what these people trade in yet?
This place,
Nope.
You have not really checked, but I can tell you it looks like they sell mostly containers. Like it seems
Mushroom
to
mini
be largely
pizzas.
large urns, cups, lanterns, things like that.
Gotcha.
Do they have a cool looking cup with flowers on it?
Sure.
I want to buy it.
Okay, it's 5 silver.
I hand her a gold. I think everything's a gold.
Okay, in the back room, Aster, make a perception check.
Okay.
Sorry, not
I'll-
Aster. Ash was the one who asked about it. Ash, my bad. You all having A names strikes again.
Let's see if this works. Yep, it kind of works, probably.
Okay, 17. That's pretty good. So with a 17, looking around, you can see that there used to be a whole lot of stuff back here, but it looks like stuff has been like really scraped along the ground, so that now it is basically empty. Like it is just like this bare stone space, and you can feel like this draft coming from below.
So it seems like things were just recently moved, is what you're saying.
Pretty recently,
Okay.
like within the last couple of months.
Okay.
After
I'm
an
gonna
hour,
tell that to Arden to make sure that he's keen on it.
Okay,
And Adira.
got it.
having spent an hour making flowers for flower crowns, I have a lot of them left over. I give one to this lady as I walk by her.
Oh, thank you so much. This is lovely.
Oh, you're welcome.
I can't imagine anyone not being happy to get this. Thank you. And you walk past. Okay, and you all make your way down into the sewer.
Or we have to fight more rats.
No, doesn't seem to be any rats.
Rat fight!
All right. So
Put like this flower crowns in my inventory just because I feel like probably could have made a hell of a lot more because of 10 minutes is 600 flowers that I could have made.
Sure. Arden, when you get down here, can you make a perception check?
Yep.
Okay. 7. You notice that there is something in Thieves' Cant along this wall.
okay. Can I read it?
Yep, it is the symbol for right. Direction-wise.
Okay.
Go straight, then keep left.
What are you looking at?
Thieves can't for right, the direction.
I thought he told us to keep left.
I'm assuming we stay right side of this hall. She did say to watch out.
I'm gonna put my hand on the wall and see if there's any like point where it's a fake wall.
Doesn't seem to be. No.
Okay. Adira, wait. There wasn't any fake thing, so I think that Arden might be onto something. Try walking along the wall, just in case.
Me?
Yeah, like hold to the right side of the wall, just in case it's booby trapped down here.
Aster, you step into the spot that you have stepped on. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Where is Aster?
Oh, shit.
Okay, we seriously need
Okay.
to talk about a
Keep him on a
leash.
leash.
You are hit with a ballista bolt.
Do we hear that?
Well, you hear Aster exclaim something as he takes 24 points of piercing damage.
You were so
He deserves
fucked up
it.
by the rats earlier too. Yeah. Did you drop?
Aster,
Ow,
where
that-
are you?
I went straight and kept left.
Okay, good.
Not good.
Just hug the wall. Just hug the wall.
It tore through your side, so you can move. You're not like pinned.
I have a question, because the map is confusing. So should I keep to this side of the wall that I'm pinging on, or this side of the wall?
To this side.
Okay, Adair is going to do that then. Going around.
Just
these
follow the steps that Arden makes. Okay.
things. Okay.
Oh, well. Okay. Are there any more Thieves Can't symbols here?
Make another perception check. You see one on this wall that still says right.
Okay.
I come up behind them and I say, "Ow!"
Jesus Christ.
What happened to you? He's got like a hole in him, I'm assuming.
Jesus Christ.
I kept left, but when I kept left, I came back here.
It's more like just his clothes are torn between like his hip bone and his ribs, and there's just a ton of blood on that side.
Dear is not saying
Aster,
Jesus Christ. I'm saying
can you-
Jesus Christ.
Aster, can you not wander off, please? Because the first major time you wandered off, we got attacked by a bunch of monsters out of a lake that I can't even physically conceive of in my mind's eye anymore. And then the other time that you wandered off, you lost the very, very important chalice that we were asked to recover. And this time you wandered off and you got shot with a ballista. So maybe if you could just hang out with us so that you don't die. Please.
Hold my hand, Aster.
I thought you guys were with me. Sorry.
It's okay. Just don't
Adir's-
die.
Adir's gonna hold his hand and use all 20 of her lay on hands heal points on him.
Okay, you watch as like tendons and muscle like re-string in that open wound, and basically like an entire scab forms. Because of who Aster is, at every rest that you all take for the next 3 in-game days, Aster will have to make an impulse check to see if he doesn't pick at it.
Oh, God.
I can tell you right now, Aster 100% picks at it.
Okay.
He's picking at it right now.
Okay, your hit point maximum at your next short or long rest will be lowered by 5, and then we'll stay that way until that is completely healed. Okay,
Flames.
Okay.
Flames.
on the side
On the
of my
side of my
face.
face.
Which side of him did it hit?
Hit the right side.
Okay.
Left up there, and then I took another left whenever I got to the next left, and then I took another left, and then I came up behind you guys.
Okay, I know that I'm not the most well-read, but even I know that's a circle, man.
Yeah, so I think somebody lied to us. Actually, I feel like Aster probably wouldn't put that together. We're just following the rules.
Well, after you, Arden, you're the one that knows the little language they speak.
Yeah, but if it's telling us a direction, there are no rights to take, from what I can see so far.
Well, there is one right. And Ash looks back at the pipe.
That's true.
It is not big enough for anyone but Ash to fit in, and Ash could probably not get very far.
Okay. Never mind.
Super Mario Brothers.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Are these there, the targets?
Well, if you make a perception check. You don't
No, they're
notice
not.
anything about the walls.
Is it dark down here?
It's pretty dark.
Not for me.
Not for me.
It is for me.
I think it is for me too.
Oh yeah, I have like 120 feet of dark vision. So do I see anything of note down this way?
Down this way, you see that it gives way to a lot of water, like a sort of shallow trench with shallow water in it.
All right.
I thought I had the light.
So keep right, but always make a left.
That was not something that you were told.
We weren't told to. We were told to keep going left, right?
Keep going left. We'll end up in a circle.
Crucially, there was a first part of the direction.
Go straight and then keep left.
Which is what I did. I went straight because I went this way, and then if you keep left, take a left, and then laugh, and then laugh, and then laugh, and then laugh, and then laugh.
Well, hold on. Was the direction to keep making left turns, or was it to keep left?
We're not smart enough for this puzzle, Benjamin.
Okay.
No, I just need to rehear it. I just need to rehear it.
Would you all like a way to look at the puzzle differently?
I just want to rehear the instructions one more
So
time.
you were told, when you enter, first go straight, then keep left the rest of the way.
Then keep left. I mean, what if that just means stay along the side of the wall here?
Could be.
Could be just we take this left and then we go straight along here. But maybe we want to stick to the right because that's what your thieves' can't thing is telling us to do.
Yeah, but the sewers might just be common ground. It could be misleading. I don't know.
Can we like investigate around this area? Like take a look and see if there's any like other traps that we can see, any signs of like
Sure.
Signs of activity, maybe.
Two of you with dark vision, each of you give me 2 perception checks.
Okay. Can I make an investigation check?
Since
just
you
perception?
have already made a perception check, make 1 perception check and 1 investigation check.
Okay. 13 perception, 20 investigation.
Okay.
And then 2 perception for me.
2 perception for you, yeah. Okay, so I want you to all to describe, are you literally just looking around from where you are standing right now? Or what are you like walking around this entire viewable map range? Like what are you doing here?
Yeah. I'd probably just retrace steps around at least the corner, so like through like where I walked earlier.
Sure.
And then
Yeah,
like, maybe a few forward here to look around this corner.
I think Ash would be like examining the walls most specifically.
Okay. Where do you go when you look, Ash?
He'd be looking at the right side mostly. So like pretty much just along these. Well, do you need me to map out like specific steps that he would take?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so he would be hugging around these walls here. And looking around here. Oh, I just forgot you can't see the. So I'd be going like around here and then like up, like along this wall, over to here, kind of just like taking it slow.
Okay,
looking
and
around.
when you step to where you are, your 20 investigation check comes in because you've already been inspecting for traps. You notice that there are large marks on this wall. Large enough to put a hole in a druid's side if whatever hit there.
Do looking down, is there like a trigger on the ground there?
You don't see anything. Like you don't notice anything different, even though you feel like you would right now because you're so good at investigating this portion of the wall right now.
Okay. So I'm going to step away from it and kind of retrace the steps that we took already. Yeah, and then I'm just going to keep looking for...
Yeah. So Arden, when you come around this corner here to check, you see that there is another point of Thieves Guild where it says dead ahead, is what it says.
Okay.
Did you see anything of import?
Dead ahead.
So maybe
Astor, where were you hit?
In my side,
In the sewers. Where were you hit in the sewers?
I don't know. I can't see.
Oh, that's true.
Really dark.
I run back and I take both of their hands and I guide them carefully along the steps that I took that were safe.
Okay, yeah. I think as Adira is holding on to onto like also Aster, she casts guidance on him.
Fair.
In case he needs to make any sort of check. I should have cast Bless, but honestly, guidance. I think this might also help in case of anything.
Do you see anything? Is this where you were hit? Do I see blood on the floor? I assume, and
Yeah.
a big old bolt.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Well, so you don't
Okay.
see. Crucially, you don't see a bolt, but you do see blood.
Oh,
I'm gonna wow into an owl so I can see. But I'm just gonna like sit on Adira's shoulder.
Okay. Adira, you hear something next to you, and now there's an owl on your shoulder.
It's Aster.
Please tell me it's
You did it.
Aster.
It's Aster. There are no
Okay,
sewer
thank
owls
God.
that I know of.
You don't know about the sewer owls?
Do they have those where you're
Please tell
from?
me you're joking. That's so weird.
Ash looks at Arden, winks, and goes, "No, I'm dead serious."
It would make sense. Think of how many rats are in the sewer. What do owls
Yeah.
eat?
They eat lots of
Can I
rats.
tell if they're lying?
Not in the dark.
Two of you make a deception check to see how well you keep it. No, Ash, make a deception check with advantage. Adira, make an insight check to see if you believe them.
21.
The one time where it does not matter. I get a natural 20. Wait, that doesn't make any sense at all. Why would there be sewer owls?
Dark rats. Perfect sense.
Perfect sense.
You two
With
are
that
being
nat 20,
assholes.
does she become a sewer owl? Does she now have sewer owl vision?
No, but what Adira does know, she has a flash of inspiration, thinking, but owls are very wise. We should look at this with some wisdom. Perhaps
Yeah.
straight could have been interpreted differently when we first walked in.
I would also like to say, why would you do this to me? You know I can't distinguish left and right anyways. Very mean of you.
I apologize.
No, I'm joking. So straight might mean something different. Honestly, I was thinking about calling my soul bond, my owl soul bond anyways.
All right. 2 owls. Well, actually, you cannot call your soul bond right
Oh
now.
yeah, I can't. Oh, I'm gonna like in my chest plate. I'm just gonna pick up Edmund.
Yeah, there's no such thing as sewer owls. They wouldn't be down here. Crazy?
You pull out your platymal.
That's how I know it's not true. She didn't come.
You pull
Well, not in
out
Hallandor.
your you pull out your platymal Edmund, who goes, "Oh."
Hi, little sweet one. Adira's gonna put him on the ground.
Oh.
Is this sort of like a familiar thing I could see through his eyes, or no?
No, they don't function as familiars. They're
Okay.
a separate. They are genuinely this animal. That's
But like highly
Okay.
intelligent animals.
they become
basically.
more intelligent. Yeah.
Well, I lost my train of thought. I'm not sure what I was going to do anymore.
Oh.
Perhaps Edmund,
I-
walk down this way. And Adira's going to point like straight down, even though she can't really see.
Like this way, you mean?
No, the way I'm pinging.
Okay. Yeah. You watch him walk down.
If he gets near the spot where I know I was shot, I'm gonna swoop in and grab him.
Okay. You swoop in. He tries to run away. Make an athletics check.
No.
He got a natural 20
Me?
on his acrobatics. Nope. Unless you would like to roll for Edmund permanently. Or, I mean, just for now, if you would like to roll. But I got a nat 20 for his acrobatics.
That works.
Oh no, he's gonna get shot.
You watch as he scurries through here. And a ballista bolt comes and hits this door at about human height.
Door.
Sorry, this wall. That was a genuine
Door.
misstep. There is no door
Okay.
there.
A literal Freudian slip.
Okay.
Anyway.
And he comes through. He does a Freudian slip through this big puddle. Not really. He's a platypus. And then he comes here and he looks around at you as if to say, "There's another map past here."
He's sort of calling to me. I kind of understand what he's saying. He seems
Ash
like
is going to
there's stuff
take
down
Adira's
there.
hand and follow where Edmund went.
Sure.
And he saw he stepped where the ballista hit, right? That was like here.
Yep.
So he's going to go like.
Yep. Okay. Aster, you fly above where a ballista would trigger.
Okay.
No problem. You all get to here. Arden walking past this wall, you see left written here.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, can you ping it again? My fucking Roll20 isn't showing.
Left.
Is it here that you said?
Right here.
Fuck. There we go. Came up. Okay. So should we go this way or should we go this way?
I mean, I could have Edmund
Okay.
walk down there.
Assuming we fucked up and we were meant to go straight, meaning this hall, and I point to this one, then left would be this hall. Right?
Adira's gonna
What?
drop
Hold on a minute.
Ash's hand and just pull out a torch and light it.
If he said go straight first and then keep left, maybe he didn't mean like turn left. Maybe he meant keep to the left side. Because Ash thinks back, all of the ballista that he found this one, right? We know about this one. Those are all on the. Are those all on the left or are those all on the right? Those are all on the right, right?
Right, yeah. Except for this one. This one's on the left. But I don't know.
Wait, that one's on the left?
If we were coming
If
down
we're
that hall,
facing-
it would be on the left.
It would be on the left.
Because it hit this area.
So
No,
maybe
Struck
it's
the right side.
maybe it's just a matter of going down this way?
No, I think. Oh, I can't say anything. I'm a bird. Fuck.
Well, you can like pull on us and like gesture.
Woo, woo, woo.
Right?
No, left.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Is that where we want to go, or do we want to turn left here? Or turn right there? What?
Okay,
I'm-
I have a question.
Just roll
Isn't this the
back.
right side of the wall? If we're supposed to keep left, isn't this the right side of the wall? Wouldn't we
I mean,
have
if
gone-
we're looking down this hall, it would be on our left. Right?
Yeah.
I have no spatial awareness. That's why I've
'Cause-
been keeping out of this.
I don't know.
The way the map is oriented, this side is the left, but the way that we would be
It's on
oriented,
our right.
but the way that we're oriented, which is going this way, this side would be on the left. For us.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna peek in and see what's ahead. I think.
A lantern light appears behind you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's that? Who's that over there?
Oi, hi. And you
Ooh,
see
hey.
there is a halfling woman holding a lantern.
I say in halfling. How you doing? We're a little lost.
Hi,
we were
how you
told to
doing?
keep left.
Yeah,
but
heard
left
you
at the
all,
circle.
heard you all banging about. Figured probably good to come and get you, so.
Yeah.
No, fair enough, fair enough.
They sent me ahead, so it'll be 100 gold for me to take you the rest of the way.
I don't have any money. I'm a
Why
poor
would
boy.
it be 100 gold?
Well, just to make sure that we get our safety, our assurance that you all aren't gonna come in and try to, fucking murder us.
In all fairness, do you think that
Yeah.
if we're this incompetent as to not be able to find our way around the first
Look,
bend?
in fairness, it's hard for us to give out directions without just straight up telling you completely where to go. So that's why they figure it's probably a good idea for me to come down and just make sure that you can reach us safely. But
Adira's gonna whistle for Edmund to come back to her, and she's just gonna walk up and hand the halfling woman the 100 gold.
oh, thank you very much. All
Please
right,
save me from this hell.
sure, come along. And she starts leading the way with a torch.
Is she lying about the gold?
Huh?
Is she lying about the gold? I got a 25 insight. I can't say anything to them, but
She wants the gold.
was it
For herself?
She would like the gold from you. With the 20
I don't
insight,
care at this point.
Al asked her, you can tell, probably is someone else's idea that she asked for the gold.
Adira does not care at this point. I don't care at this point. I just want to go.
I'm gonna land on Adir's head.
You did make like a little nest for yourself with the flower crown. All right.
Oh, it's right.
You all bend around a few more left hand sides.
Was it a thieves' camp puzzle?
It was a thieves' camp puzzle.
Yeah, you said I think straight down, but I was going off of middle because I think the one I wrote down was go middle of the road. So I was entirely lost.
You heard both straight and middle of the road. No, it was my fault. That's why I decided an NPC would show up because I did not explain it well. So that was on me.
I have no spatial awareness.
I'm also, like Emmy, very bad at left and right, so...
Oh, it was on me. We'll say, if you all want, since I gave bad directions, and it's a puzzle that you all felt like you were at a disadvantage for because of the design of the map, it was 50 gold, not 100. But the 50 gold has already been given. You were down 50 gold. You make a few more sharp left turns, and then you come to an area that is much less damp and dank. And she is
And area is less dank.
leading you all forward.
Like 2 or more dank headspace.
And she says, right, I need to take your all's weapons now.
Here you go. Ash hands over, he hands over his scimitar.
I'm a bird.
Yeah,
Uh,
big gal?
I feel naked without my weapons, though. I guess I have to. She's gonna take.
Does Mercurius have to look like a weapon?
It has to look. It has to be a martial weapon. I was thinking about, is there any sort of martial weapon that I could keep it from being?
whip?
But all martial weapons are huge.
You wouldn't deprive an old man of his staff, would you?
You could turn it into a whip and wrap it around yourself like a belt.
Right in front of her.
Yeah, but you can't see it.
Oh, sorry, this is not my weapon. It is my slap bracelet.
You do
He
it.
slaps
Take
it
like
around.
2d8.
Adira pulls out Mercurius the Warhammer and sort of hands it to the halfling woman. She pulls out her 3 javelins. Actually, her 2 javelins.
It's the
hands
scene
it to-
from the beginning of Sinbad.
Yeah, hands it to her. Pulls out her mace. Hands
I take
it
out
her
Montoya.
warhammer.
I pull out a short bow. I bring out a light crossbow, a dagger.
I think half 2 of those weapons you've mentioned, I'm pretty sure are Ash's weapons.
Yeah, they are. I haven't gotten my dagger back from Ocumenus.
Adira also hands over the shield. She's like, I could use this to really fuck somebody up, so Maybe you should just keep this one as well.
Sure. Sure. All right. Well, it's no goal to get through, so no worries on that. But they are gonna want to look it over a bit, so just be wary about that. And good meeting you. I got some pockets to go pick, so I'll be dropping these off with the guards, and then we'll be parting ways for just a little bit. Hope to see you again.
Will we know where to get them again?
Yeah, you'll see where the guards put them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Have a lovely stay.
Thanks, you too.
Yeah, you too as well. Then.
And she darts ahead of you all.
Dara's just gonna look at her hands and say, "It's just you and me, Ashula. Just you and me."
And all of your spells too.
Yeah, that's what I meant but when I mentioned my god.
Yeah, but like they have more tangible effects like fire or a big ball of energy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you all have approached, you see that there are two stationary guards in front of a completely nondescript wall. But upon closer inspection, you all can make out that it is this is like a false wall. There's a few points on this wall that if I press it, I'm getting in, baby. And she is handing off all of the weapons to one, looks like a half-orc man.
It's so funny imagining this halfling woman carrying all of Adira's and Arden's and Ash's weapons. Just like 3 times the size of her, just weapons with legs is what it probably looks like to anybody else.
Yeah, pretty much. And now I'm going to be back. Let's take a 2-minute break here. Okay, well, let's just jump back into it then.
Perfect.
Okay, so you all have walked forward into this new space. You see before you 2 guards. They are dressed mostly like thieves, but you can see one of them is bulky, the half-orc. The other one is a sort of lithe half-elven man. He's the one who steps forward. Says, "Oi, all right. You lot are the ones coming in, ones that we reached out to this morning, by the looks of it. So here's the ground rules. You're gonna go in. You're gonna talk to the skipper. We see you looking at the hoard too long. We see you, trying to get too close to anything that's valuable. We're gonna kick you out, and that's been pleasant. We feel like you're untrustworthy. We got a bard that's going to be able to make sure you don't remember nothing that you see down here. Make sure you don't remember the way in. So just keep in mind, it's probably in your best interest to follow all the rules, do as you're told, go where you're supposed to. If at any point you feel uncomfortable, too fucking bad. You ready to go in?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds fine, yeah.
He turns and knocks his back knuckles on this door. The other guard walks through an opening that you can see, and you can see that there are 2 side doors and then a door ahead. He goes through a side door, and you just see a room stuffed with weapons and armor. And he puts on an empty table, he sets down all of your stuff. And then he turns around.
Okay.
Are we good to walk in?
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right.
He's still on Adira's head.
And you can see there is like a door. It is not part of
Okay.
the wall here.
Dara thanks the guard as she walks through.
Thank you. It's rare we meet somebody with manners down here. Thank you. That was a shock to me.
Have a good one, man. Nice to meet you.
Hey, you have a good one.
Anyway, he
leans
wasn't an
down to say it
owl.
to you.
He would be giving you all flowers, just so you know. Maybe when we come out, you'll get flowers.
Adira
parting
plucks
gift.
2 off of the flower crown that she was given and hands them to the guards and says, "From him."
Oh, this is lovely. What a guy, this owl. And what a gal, this guy. You're all right.
They trust us now.
We'll go in.
Novum Gladi liked this. +1. But you walk into a room where you see there's 2 thieves who are drinking together. They're sort of carousing. They seem to be drunk. It seems like they probably had some spoils. You see another group sort of quietly playing cards with massive amounts of platinum in front of them on the table, seemingly the betting pool. And then you see there is a elegantly dressed man, a beautiful jeweled hilt of a rapier with the sword still inside on the table. There is just this like noble looking man. He looks like a nobleman. And he is sitting, and he is just like spaced out, like staring ahead, not seeing anything. And then there is another door, and you get the sense that it is probably one of the guards just pokes his head back in and says, "Straight ahead, that's the boss's door."
All right. Thank you again.
Thank you. Should we just go straight ahead then? Wait, so they put the our weapons in here, right?
Yep, your weapons are in there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I just knock on the door.
Yeah, when you approach, you just hear 2 people having a conversation, and then when you knock, it stops. There's a wait. You all right? Come on in.
Ben, is that a jacuzzi? Just
It's a well.
nice.
It
Nice.
could be a jacuzzi.
I can turn it into a jacuzzi if they want me to turn it into a jacuzzi.
Yeah, if Ash
Just
gets
saying.
inside of it and sets himself on fire, that's a jacuzzi. I mean, really, it's a hot tub, because jacuzzi's a brand. I don't know how Ash could make it a brand. Jacuzzis are sold exclusively to swinging couples in their 40s. But you enter this room, and what you see are 2 desks, one normal-sized with a large chair behind it. There is then a much larger desk over in the corner, and then there is a low bookshelf. Otherwise, the room is kept completely bare. Who needs decorations when you might have to skip town, move shop at a moment's notice? Next to the chair, there is a massive orc. A full orc. He is shockingly handsome as far as orcs go. He is still much larger, so his features are a little bit more are just take up, more space. But he's well proportioned. He looks like he's probably a Yornish orc. He's gray skinned. Then you see that standing much smaller even than the half-orc guard who was outside, there is a half-orc in here. He is also probably Yornish. He's handsome, but it's not as much of a surprise. He has sort of long hair that he keeps back into a sort of Yornish braid, but it's not super long. He is shorter than a normal half-orc, and he's a little bit trimmer, too. He's still muscular. Sitting in the massive chair, probably on a box in the chair, there is a halfling with a long cap on. When you all walk in, he touches the tips of his fingers on each hand together and leans back. You see he covers up something that he had on his desk. Yeah, what's going to be then? You folks are the lot that somebody spotted earlier today, right?
It should be us, unless you have more people that you found today.
Ah, no. I think you were the catch of the day there, lad. So, What do you call yourselves? What's your mercenary nom de guerre?
Sorry, what? Were we supposed to have one of those?
Well, I assumed you all have the look of rat catchers, that sort of thing. You went in to steal evil mystical artifact from a temple. I thought it must have been hard to do that by some type of wizard or something. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be wrong. Sorry, I suppose I should introduce myself first before asking you to introduce yourselves. My name is Skipper Cut Me Own Throat Dastardly. Pleasure to meet you. He leans forward and holds out his hand. Over his desk.
I shake his hand.
I'll shake his hand.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Say, Skipper cut me own throat. What?
Dastardly.
Friends just call me Skipper Dastardly.
Cut your own throat, part of your given name.
No, it's more of a title.
Fair enough. I look at his throat.
Squeaky clean.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to check.
So you got an owl there. That's probably, should let him know, if you can hear me, Mr. Owl. If you are not an owl, probably want to change back and not try to become an owl again when you're in here. Probably not going to work pleasant for you. And
I didn't say no one's addressed me yet, but Aster did fall asleep.
Oh, okay.
Like, Aster fell asleep walking through the sewers.
Someone tell him that if he wakes up, turns back into himself. Guessing that's not a natural owl.
That's just our friend.
Yeah, he does that.
Right, understood. And you might be, and Adira introduces herself, I'm sure. And then he kind of nods at the four of you, and he says, "This is Pietra," and he indicates to the half-orc, who kind of gives you all a light smile, tight nod. He's my right-hand man. Does a lot of the thinking that I can't be bothered to do. And this is Bolivan. And he indicates to the orc, who shows no reaction. He's me bodyguard. Keeps me safe. Goes wherever I go. If you can see him, you can bet I'm somewhere you can't see. Now, you lot have come here because we saw you sniffing around the Procini Palace. That's why you were given a card. You didn't seem to be claimed, but you had the look of somebody who knows his way around a shadow. Mr. Arden. Am I right in that assumption?
I'd say you're pretty spot on.
Well, that's good to know. Good to know. So, was it just morbid curiosity that drew you to that place, or something else?
Well, you already know why we were here. We were stolen from, like, quite honestly, and we were going to look to find what was taken from us. We pretty confident. We think it might have been stolen by the Fae.
The Ultim Vectus, then.
Yes. We had a run-in with them. Or, I'm assuming with them. Is that right? Were they from the Ultim Vectus?
You gathered that if it wasn't outright stated, you would be able to intuit that.
About 4 of them disguised as other people, not themselves. We managed to take out 2 of them on our own. One of them turned on the other. We tried to get information out of the last one. She didn't give us anything worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds an awful lot like them. So,
They initially wanted to follow us to see and try and find here. That didn't happen. So, that's pretty much
hey, that's
where we are up to now.
Right. Well, what did they steal from you? Something valuable? Something precious? Family heirloom? What'd they take?
Cup I really like.
Yeah. Large chalice-like cup.
Mm. And you willing to stake your life on the chance to get it back? Or, I mean, you came to us for help. What's the idea? You want to hire us to try to steal it back from one of the most secure buildings in the city? Or what's your
Well,
thought process here?
if I may, I really think that the main thing that we've decided is we don't really like them very much.
Fair. I don't like the bastards either.
And we don't know what you do, and we don't know what. Really, we're passing through the town. Like, that's it, right? So we kind of just want to get our thing back, and figured we'd ask you if you knew any way in there.
Well, the way I see it, you got two options if you really need this cup. This what do they say, Bolivan? Bolivan says, chalice-like cup. Right, a chalice-like cup. Thank you, lad. So, you like this cup that's very chalice-esque. You need it back. Your options are to steal it back from the Autumn Vectors, something that's very difficult, or I could offer you something.
And what would that be?
I could offer you a chance to scratch my back while getting your cup back. I'd sure appreciate it. And going through me, it would basically be the most proper channel you could take to confront them rather directly and get that back. So look, you got all right outright assault on their headquarters. You go in, spells blasting, spells slinging, swords flashing through the air. Or you go in sneaky like. Or you come with me. I call for a duel. Your man here, and he points at Arden, serves as the Novum Gladeyes swordsman for an hour. Your man here wins the duel. I am granted the rights that winning a duel gives to a guild master, and the prize that my champion asks of the other group is your chalice. My champion being you, of course, Mr. Arden. So, that's a simple solution. Could probably call a duel in about an hour, or tomorrow, either or. Or you could try to stage something. Now that's going to take a little bit more time. If you wanted to go that direction. Of course, any chance to hurt him, we're going to take that as a pretty good sign. But
Ash tugs on Adira's shirt to be like, "Hey, come down, lean down for a second." And he whispers,
she squats.
"Don't they not know that they have the chalice? So a duel wouldn't work, right?"
A duel wouldn't work. So here's the thing. Someone in their family stole the chalice, but the entire family doesn't know about it. So a duel wouldn't work. I assume you'd also just somewhat like to kill all of them.
I mean, ideally, in a proper right future, yeah. What do you mean?
So
what do you mean? They don't know.
It doesn't seem like everyone in their family is working entirely together.
We gathered that there's one of them, at least one of them, that isn't quite on the same page as the others. Now, I know full well families with discontent, even one single individual could ruin the entire operation. Figured that might be something you might.
While you all are speaking, Aster,
Like to
make an
understand.
insight check.
I think I'm also still asleep. Unless, did he say for them to
no,
wake
no one
up?
woke up the owl. So then, the next highest insight is Adira. So sorry, Aster, you're asleep. Then Adira, can you make an insight check?
Yeah, why did Aster go to sleep?
Yeah, why is Aster asleep?
No, 5! Ah!
Okay.
I just thought,
Okay. So no one notices anything. Skipper says, "Look, I find it highly unlikely that anyone in their organization, or more, I mean, strictly speaking, within that family, has done something and Papa don't know. So, whatever information you're working on, and either way, me and him shake on something, doesn't matter what he knows or doesn't know, it's going to come true. So, if they got the chalice, you ask for the chalice, that's going to be your prize if you win."
What's in this for you?
I am awarded the rights granted to a guildmaster after a duel.
And what will that be?
Does that
It's
matter
very
to you?
generous.
You're just passing through.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, I mean,
Absolutely, you're just passing through. So what does it matter to you?
well, I'm just passing. I'm just asking out of curiosity. I feel like it's standard business practice to make sure that everybody's getting what they deserve, and I just was wondering.
Nothing bad will
You're
happen to you.
You're not trafficking humans, are you?
No.
Well, people.
Or any Ash looks over,
Any
or any
creature.
other sentient species.
We're not trafficking any mortals, no. Or any immortals. I mean, if I could find one, I'd be I'd be too shocked to try to sell them. You know. Plus, it's morally wrong.
Insight check on that. 13.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that he would not own slaves, buy or sell them, but he is not like he's not going to go out of his way to like try to work to abolish slavery in the Hallandor Empire.
Right. I don't know. Ash just has a bad vibe about whatever this guy gets out of this.
All right, fun. I can tell you. I can see that you don't trust what you're hearing. The rights afforded to a guild master who wins a duel are really quite simple. I will be granted the right to take 15% of the thieves that are in my rival guild master's employ into my own. And there are a number of thieves in my competition's employ that are fucking fey. I think I'd like to cut the big man off in that regard. And if an old friend of mine would have happened to put forward a champion, then I would do mostly the same thing. Although she could keep her outfit, really.
Sorry, what was that last part you kind of cut off for me? You said an old friend of mine?
If an old friend of mine would have put a champion forward for the duel, she could keep her outfit, frankly. Wouldn't exact the price, I don't think.
Who's this old friend of yours?
Again, I mean, you're asking questions. You want this cup. I don't see how getting as much information as possible is valuable for you. But Guildmaster of the Cups, she was my captain back when I was a wee lad.
So you get along with the Cups then?
I don't have any problem with the Cups. The Cups have got a big fucking problem with me.
Okay, now I just gotta know. Now this is just getting too interesting. Sorry.
Sure. We don't...
We'll talk about it later. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later.
No, I mean, I can tell you now. You're curious. We don't abstain from stealing from temples and churches. The cops don't care for that. Doesn't fit with Cassandra's beliefs about the cloth.
Ash looks up at Adira.
Yeah, she has a very unpleasant face. She's noticeably upset.
Here's what I'll tell you. You're just passing through. You want to leave the city and get on with whatever it was you were going to do. You're just tourists. You got more things to see. I can get you out. I can get you a special little cup. A chalice-esque cup that I'm certain I've heard of before. Something about Priests of Dior stealing it in the south. I'm sure that's not the cup that you're talking about, but I can tell you right now, I don't really give a shit about it. Being quite honest. It's not really my concern. My concern is keeping those in my employ alive. And the best way to do that is to hurt the Ultim Vectus. You, and he points at Arden, represent a chance for me to do that. That's what I get out of it. What you get out of it, quick and easy exit. But if you're not interested in that, it's pretty easy. Just think of something else to do. And like I said, if it sounds like something that would work, I'd be more than happy to help you. And he makes a cutting his own throat motion to the Ultim Vectus. Any chance I'll get.
Is this something we have to give you an answer to right now?
It would be better if we could have some time to talk it over.
Sure. I mean, if you'd like, you could go out and speak about it outside. I mean, Pietro will be able to hear you, but he don't tell me anything he doesn't think I need to know.
Is there any language that we all speak? No.
Common.
Yeah.
I rolled a dexterity check because I assume in Adira's discomfort at hearing that they steal from people with the cloth, she might have jostled a little.
Yeah, probably.
I rolled a 5, so I imagine I don't stay on her head and I probably fall off.
Adira's gonna catch him.
Okay.
The fall probably woke me up, though.
All right. Assuming we were to do a duel, who would I be fighting? Who would be their most ideal champion?
Yeah, you'd be fighting, well, the person who I believe is their champion, the person who served in their duel a couple of years ago, is a knight, Robin Goodfellow.
Oh my god.
Does that mean something to you, Aster?
Oh, I don't know. I asked her. I know it means something to me. Like, but does that mean something to Aster? Because, I mean,
No.
we've said before, I know a little bit about the Fae.
You know a little bit about the Fae, but it's not literally Puck.
Yeah.
Like, damn, are we going to fight Buck?
All of the Fae that you've met have names of fairies from folklore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we? Yeah, maybe we can go talk about it by the water cooler or something and figure out what we want to do.
Now that you're awake, Aster, make another insight check as the owl.
It's the same. I keep my wisdom stat, so it is
Sure.
my initiative. Ooh, 23. And then can I use that guidance that Adira gave me earlier?
Sure.
Dope.
You just really want to do well. Yeah, oh my god.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you can tell the exact moment that there was a shift in the room, even though you were asleep. You can tell that when they started talking about someone in the Ultim Vectus guild, and specifically in the Carboculus family, not working for the company line, Pietra shifted his body language and blushed a little bit.
And Pietra is
The
half-orc?
The half-orc.
Is that the green or the purple?
The green.
Okay.
And seemed almost a little wistful in his eyes while trying to keep his expression neutral. But you all can step outside and find neutral ground to speak on.
And Pietro is the one that would be able to hear us. Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Okay.
So Pietro's following us.
No, he's not following you.
Interesting.
Magic.
Is Adira still just holding Owl Aster?
I think so. You caught him.
We're going to go discuss. If we reach a consensus, we will be back. Walks out.
Aster is being scooped. He's experiencing the sixth arm of scooping.
Yep.
Does that get him like a spiritual bonus?
No, it just
Does
makes
that-
Ash feel less special.
Ash isn't mean enough to knock Aster out of Adira's arms. He just looks down and sighs.
He wants to, but he's not going to.
Yes, he's upset, but he's not enraged.
Hey, you shouldn't feel unspecial. She only scooped me because I was falling. She actively scoops you when you're awake.
Are you not a owl anymore?
No, I'm still an owl.
Oh, okay. Aster, can you stop being an owl so that we can all talk?
Oh god, I'm about to shift and I have 2 scimitars and a staff. But I don't know that your guys' weapons were taken. Drop my owl form. Still in it.
Adira's now holding more like a bridal carry.
Oh, hi, Adira.
All right. So I know that Adira, you're probably not super happy about this arrangement.
No, but if it gets us the chalice back, I guess I'll learn to deal with it.
I mean, to be fair, it kind of just sounds like a situation. Is this something you want, Arden? Do you want to have a duel?
I mean, not under my own rules, really.
Sorry, what do you mean not under your own rules as in you don't want to have a duel, or not under your own rules as in you?
I'll do it to get back the chalice. I just don't like the idea of me not being the one initiating a duel. I choose who I fight.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like us.
No.
This doesn't feel like the kind of decision that we can safely make. Aster, were you like actually asleep the whole time? You were faking that, right? Because you were listening or looking around or something?
No. I think I was more like in that in-between state of like sleeping and awake. It's like not fully asleep, not fully awake. I did hear what was going on though, a little bit. Came in pieces.
Okay. That's so helpful.
Part of me feels like even if I were to win the duel, we wouldn't get the chalice from it.
I don't feel like we would either.
I don't think they're aware of it. The Ultim Vectus don't have it. I think it's someone within the Ultim Vectus that has it.
Oh.
And I think we were targeted specifically because we took down the part of the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, he mentioned Dior and kind of
All-
got a little specific.
All eyes are on us in this city, apparently. So if anyone wants to make a move, either against their family or against an entire organization, we're
We're the
new.
people.
We have no obligations to anyone.
Oh,
And we fucked up
um,
the head priest of a god.
Yeah. So they know we're competent. They know we were an easy mark because we lost it within a day. But it might not be them stealing it. It might just be them taking it so that we find them.
speaking of moving against a family, and Aster is whispering this part. I did kind of notice something while I was asleep. When you mentioned that maybe the family wasn't fully on the same page, that the guy on our left, the smaller orcish man,
Pietro?
yeah, he seemed to shift a little bit. I don't know what that's about, but he blushed a little bit. My eyes kind of fluttered open a minute whenever I was falling, and it seemed like he was trying not to be seen. That he was feeling weird. I think if maybe we could talk to Pietro alone, he might have more information.
Are they maybe working with her? Or he's working with her?
I think maybe she's working aside from her family, and maybe there's like if they're wrong. I've once read this tale of these two people from different houses, and their families hated each other, but they loved each other.
Esther, that's pretty common. They die at the end, though.
Well,
Wait a minute.
I didn't really get all the way through it. Way to spoil it for me. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Pietro. Do you have a crush on somebody who likes the violin?
Was that sniffling him?
He's in another room, so we wouldn't be able to see it.
If you do, and you would like to help that person, then maybe make it clear to us, and then we can help you. If not, then don't worry about it.
Yeah,
We'll
if
figure
it's not,
something
then
else out.
don't worry about it. Like, that's not a big deal.
But if you have a crush on
don't
someone
want to
else, maybe we
hurt
can help
her.
with that.
Honestly, like little matchmaking, that sounds like it's more our speed. We've kind of been in the like priest stopping business for a while, but like we started off with matchmaking for sure.
Oh, our first couple finally got together the other night.
I know,
It was
it's
so
very
sweet.
exciting. We have 100% success rate.
Oh,
Actually,
we do, actually. And they hated each other. They were trying to kill each other.
They were literally trying to kill
Actively.
each other. Actively, like we had to stop them.
And then we bonked him on the
with
head,
force.
took him with us.
Yeah, but us back in Yorn, we often try and kill our partners before we get with them.
Yeah, well, this isn't Yorn.
But this isn't Yorn. So we're going to hopefully not have to start from the don't murder each other standpoint, you know?
And if you're blushing right now, I hope you're doing a good job of hiding it.
Yeah. Look, what I think we should do, I know that it maybe feels like a little bit of a waste of time, and I definitely want to take care of that one that threatened us specifically, the fire one. But
I don't see why we have to hurt all of them. Like, Friar Rush, he didn't seem like a bad man.
no, he seemed like a cool person.
Even the one who we got angry about with, the one who I made the deal with, she
seemed more independent than the others, more
yes.
seeking out her own fun.
Yeah, I think maybe that's the way that we should approach.
And if the one that's sick with the violin, I wouldn't want to hurt her.
No.
That's not really our speed.
She maybe has the chalice to keep it away from her own family.
I'm honestly more worried that if Cut Me Own Throat gets his way and does get more power, that would put someone who doesn't deserve to get hurt in harm's way.
But of course, we would never turn on Cut Me Own Throat.
No, like, I'm not saying that we're turning on anybody. We don't have any loyalty to anybody. We're just trying to get ours and get out. But
Worst we could do is just leave the town as it was.
yeah, we don't want to cause more harm. I think is basically what we're saying.
If we can get at least a day to think on it, I think we'd all be a bit more confident.
The door opens and Pietro walks out and says, "So it's a no then on the duel."
Of course.
What?
Yes, the duel is a no.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you all come up with a new idea, you know where to go.
Can you send somebody our way, though, to help us with the...
With getting out?
Maybe... Does anybody remember how we got in?
Can I make a roll to see if I remember how we got in?
Sure. Make an
What do you-
insight check.
Uh-oh.
No!
No.
You do not remember. I'll have one of the guards go with you.
Oh, they're nice.
Do you want to come with us yourself?
Yeah, all right.
Give him one of the flower crowns.
Okay. And he puts it in his back pocket. I'll tell Skipper that we'll be out for a second. Comes
Cool.
back in. Talks to him. And would you all like to play walking out of the sewer with Pietra, or would you like to call it a night here?
I think walking out of the sewer would be a good endpoint of
Yeah.
like being out there, so that way next time we start with what we know.
Yeah.
I'm on that boat if that's something you guys are okay with.
Okay.
I can
okay.
still go for a while.
Then you all return to the sewer, getting your weapons.
With our
along the way.
weapons.
No,
They-
I was just gonna take all your weapons. Start over.
Start over.
You gave
Except
me a
for
holy
Ash.
avenger, now you're taking it away.
I give the two guards flower crowns as we walk out as well.
Ah, I love a promise.
Hey, see you guys later, maybe. If
Bye.
not, you are very nice, and I hope that you all stay alive because this is a dangerous industry you're working in. So
Hey, fella, hope you stay alive too.
honestly,
Enjoy it.
because
Okay.
it's been dangerous lately. Really, it's been close calls
Yeah.
all the way down.
Enjoy the little things, fellas. Take some time for you.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take my wife to the theater. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh
He
no,
would
that's
love
how
that.
Batman got made in this universe.
I don't have a son.
Oh,
My wife
Oh, that's
owns
good.
no pearls. I'm not so dumb that I would go down Crime Alley. I shoot people in Crime Alley, just like I did that little boy whose mother had pearls. No, I didn't shoot the little boy. I shot both of his parents. Repeating crossbow.
Oh no, we're in the Flashpoint universe.
I'm
No,
Joe.
that's
I'm
the
Joe
worst
Chill.
one.
Hello.
No.
Alright,
Okay.
but you all return to the sewer.
I run to catch up.
Can I tell if Ash is a little upset
About what?
about Aster being scooped?
Roll an insight.
Actually, am I actually still holding Aster?
Yeah, you haven't put me down. I haven't said I got down.
15.
Yeah.
Hey Ash, Hey, Ash, do you want to see how strong I am? You can get on my shoulders.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna climb on her shoulders.
All right, you climb on up.
She's so strong.
This is normal.
Yeah, this is super normal. Like we said, we're much better at the matchmaking business and being goofballs business than we are the political roguery business.
Well, Arden's good at that.
Arden's good at that.
Seems like you're just giving up time. Is all.
Giving up time?
Sure.
No, is that what?
Skipper wasn't lying.
Well, what?
Line?
How did you end up working for Skipper?
When I was born, Skipper was visiting my village. A few years later, Bolivan was born, and then Bolivan's father died. Our mother died when Bolivan was born, and Skipper knew our mother before she died. Think she had been a thief too, so he adopted us, took us in. The guild adopted us.
My friend here, the one I'm carrying like a bride, said that you had some sort of reaction when one of the Fae people was mentioned.
Do you like Iolanthe?
I heard you talking. You are against the Altum Vectus, correct?
Yeah.
Good. I am on good terms with Iolanthe. It allows us to understand where they're going to be moving. My rendezvous with
This
her.
is the matchmaking.
Does Cut Me on the Throat know that does Skipper know that you and her are friendly,
He ordered
on good terms? He ordered it. Do you like her? Is she cool?
I find her a satisfactory companion.
Oh, it's happening. It's going down. We're gonna make
if
it.
one of you would like to make an insight check on that.
He's the Bruno
Oh,
apple pairing.
Then do we need to make an insight check on that? Come on.
24!
Aster,
That'd
the
be the whole-
two of them are already in love. You all don't have any work ahead of you.
He's kicking rocks and swinging his arms back and forth.
It's more just like he's like the thief that was tailing you in the morning. He is trying so hard to be unnoteworthy in how he talks about her. It is immediately apparent that he is hiding his true feelings, which are, I am in a loving, intimate relationship with this woman.
We, like I said, we wouldn't hurt her. We wouldn't hurt all of her family. We just need that chalice back, and we believe she's the one who has it.
She would not take it.
Is she good
doesn't
with
believe in stealing at all.
Is she good with puppets?
I've never seen her use a puppet or even talk about puppets.
Is she good at creating things? Like illusions or bringing things to life?
I've never seen her bring anything to life, but she's good at magic.
Can she play the violin?
Yeah, she plays it beautifully.
When I
Is anyone-
scryed on the who took the thing from us, It was a puppet sitting in a chair, and I heard a violin in the background. I don't know if she took it for our own good or for the greater good, but I think she does have it.
Why do you assume that she has it? You saw a puppet. Did you see what you were looking for? And did you see her with it?
No, but when I scryed on the puppet, I can only hear a certain distance around it.
Right.
And this, right in the stonework of the wall that it was in front of looked like the stonework of their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like you made an assumption.
Okay, if we're wrong,
Who else could
is
it be?
anybody?
She's bad. We think. I think she took it so that her family couldn't. I mean, I'm not like the most perceptive most of the time, and I got like tricked by her family earlier that day. So I think
I've never heard her mention puppets.
Is somebody in her family good at puppets?
Her father's good at everything.
I have a question. Does she like dolls?
She has a doll from when she was a child that she hasn't gotten rid of, but she keeps it in a box under her bed because she's embarrassed about having it.
what's it look like?
It's small. It's an elf. It was a gift from her mother. Has
Is it?
red hair, and one of its eyes is a button because it fell off.
And that doesn't look like the puppet I saw, right?
No, like you saw like a marionette, but like a
Okay.
life-size marionette.
Is she on good terms with the rest of her family?
I mean, she can't come to blows with them. They would kill her if they were willing to, if she did, but she wants out.
Could she perhaps find the chalice? Or would that put her in too much danger?
Her father would never hurt her. And none of them would hurt her because of what their father would do. So, it's possible. But I'm
If that's
guessing
the-
that if he has it, he's keeping it close. Because between you and me, if you didn't pick up on it, our network knows what you lost. How
Yeah.
important.
If she's
I
so
could assume.
If he wouldn't hurt her and none of them would hurt her for the reason of the fear of their father, and it's something that their father wanted, and she's working against him slyly, wouldn't it make sense if they don't know where it is that she took it before they could?
Did you speak to her father?
No? Right? No?
No,
That's me
we
asking
just-
you.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
Look,
No.
I'm just telling you what I know of Iolanthe. She does not ever want to steal anything from someone. I don't think she would have taken it. I think if you were robbed of something that you owned, if you believe that it had something to do with the Ultim Vectus, it's going to be one of the others. If it was one of the ones he doesn't like very much, it stands to reason that they wouldn't know if you talk to them.
I have two thoughts that I wanted to run by you about two very different things.
All right.
First, does the Ultim Vectus, from your knowledge, have anything to do with the cult of Naya? these like weird fucks that wear
Oh no, they've
players' masks.
they've talked to him.
They have. So they do have.
They've had dealings. They have working agreement.
Do you like the world?
Yeah, I asked her. He genuinely does not think that Iolanthe took it.
Okay.
He does not think that she would do that. Morally. I like the world fine. There's a lot of bastards in it. But
Would you rather see it destroyed
Well-
or stay around?
what kind of bastard would I be if I said the first one?
Well,
There's better.
Would
There's more
Iolanthe rather
good
see
here
it
than-
destroyed, or stick around?
Iolanthe doesn't kill bugs. She wouldn't.
Okay,
when
If
it's
her,
good.
all I'm saying is, and I'm not saying that she's immoral in any way, but seeing as how we lost that chalice pretty quickly, would it be in her character to take it, to keep it safe from her family so that it didn't get into the wrong hands?
Even just to borrow it, not even steal.
Look, I have not spoken to her in 2 days.
Totally. I'm just putting that out there.
It could be. I'm not saying that it's completely out of the realm of possibility. Just what I know of Iolanthe.
Yeah.
I don't believe that she would steal it from you. I do not believe that she would take it from you by force or by deceit. I also don't
it's-
think that it is possible for any item with any trackable numerical value on a international market or any amount of magical power to come into that house.
Without her father knowing about it.
Yeah. And
And this is my second question. That's kind of totally different. Not about Iolanthe. It's about the cops. Would the cops steal something to return it to a church if they're against stealing something from churches to begin with?
they're not against stealing from churches.
Okay, well then what's all this about then?
That's who they are publicly. But it's a lot easier for when you're running from the guards because you don't have enough hideouts set up around the town to get people to let you in, to hide you, if they think that you stand for them. So you rob enough people blind, but you leave behind symbols of the Ultim Vectus, or us. You rob the church, but put a sign of your protection on it. And people buy it. There's only one group of priests they don't steal from, and if people knew who it was, they would not be so kind to them next few months.
Who was it?
They have had several opportunities to steal from visiting priests from Dal Royath. But Cassandra has seen the light.
Deer's gonna roll her eyes at the mention of the light.
And so they get to move through the city scot-free as far as the cops are concerned. Everybody else is fair game, but pretend that they're off the table.
Ash looks over. Wait, I'm losing track of what information my characters are privy to. Only Merahim knows about the Dalroyath and Naya having plans to work together, right?
They don't have plans to work together. They're,
Having been in communication about like
you know that there have been claims by people in the White Mask cult group have mentioned trying to manipulate people in Dal
Yes.
Royath.
But like that was like
Marahim
the
is aware of that. Ash is not.
Ash is not. Cool. Sorry, just needed to make sure because I was like, oh my god,
It's just-
there's so much
Yeah,
information.
Adira just rolled her eyes. Adira just rolled her eyes because, like, it's been made aware to her the fact that Dalrayath is going to like go to war against Ursamir.
Right. And I just need to start doing a better job of when things are said in certain languages or assumptions are made, saying that's not what was said.
Okay.
Because we've just had a 15-minute conversation about an assumption that was made.
Sorry.
Well, somebody at her house has that chalice, and if she can find out who or where it is, that would be much help to us.
I'll ask her to look for it, but she's
And-
not feeling well right now. She's not moving out of her room much.
I have a, not to pry or be too cruel. What is her illness?
The rest of her siblings are... Their mothers were spirits as well. Her mother was a mortal wood elf. Her father loves Iolantha in a way that he doesn't love the rest of them. And it's sick, but there are things that he could do to make her more like a spirit. Rituals that he could undertake. And
So
he
it's-
didn't do it. And so her nature is fighting itself.
So it's like her two parts of her are fighting against each other.
Right. And it has
I
always
see.
manifested in illness. And it goes away. It's not fatal, but a few months out of the year, she's bound to her bed.
I will pray to my god and see if there's anything I could do for her.
Thank you. She would appreciate hearing that.
And tell her her violin music is beautiful.
I will. She'll appreciate hearing that too.
Her brother that likes fire things. Does she like him?
No.
Can I kill him?
Have that.
Thank you.
Bolivan wants to cut off his head, but
Yeah, if there are any siblings she doesn't want us to kill,
Now would be a good
Be
time.
great.
Yeah.
yeah, it's great. It's information to know.
We were, I think, all looking for a more permanent solution to them.
Oriel.
Oriel. That's it? Not Friar Rush?
Oh, sorry, that is Friar Rush.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Okay, good.
I think consensus was we don't hate him.
Yeah, we actually quite like him. He seemed sorry after fighting us.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you fight him again, try not to do very well, because if you do, he will want to kill you.
Good to know.
He
What?
let me
does-
go our first fight because I did a good job, and then second time I fought him, he really wanted to kill me because I was putting up
You would
about the same fight, and he thought, "Oh, there we go, time for me to kill you," and I ran away.
And can you remind me of the name of the Sorble?
Sorble was Gossamer.
Gossamer, I believe her name was. She told us, in order to let her live with the face that she had on, we asked her to tell us how to kill her kind. And she said, you just keep hitting them.
Yeah, I mean that works. If you kill them in their common guise, that'll kill them.
And they're common guys. I'm
So,
It's the
like,
face
if
that
they're
they wear
not,
the most often.
gotcha.
uh,
Iolanthe looks the way that she naturally does, but she's capable of looking like anyone else whenever she wants. If she decided to stay with one face for a really long time, there would be a point when only things specifically designed to make sure that changelings couldn't, walk around unabetted, wouldn't be able to notice her.
does she know of a better way to kill her siblings?
I do, but I'd like your word that you won't hurt her if I tell you.
Oh no,
I
we're
think
not
we
like.
kept saying we
shut up.
wouldn't hurt her.
Right.
No, no,
That
no,
was
like.
when you were trying to manipulate me. I'd like to hear it now. That
Oh no,
we're being
no.
more honest with each other.
no,
Dear-
we
Quite seriously, we don't want to hurt her.
yeah, that's not really
You
our
have-
vibe.
You have my word on the Shulamazdan. I would not hurt her.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just not really. I know that like we were trying to quote unquote manipulate you, but it really was more of a like, hey, we don't
Let's
want
talk
your girlfriend
alone.
to get
He looks
hurt.
at
Let's
he
talk
looks
alone.
at you, Aster. He says, "How about you?"
Huh?
Did you fall asleep again?
Sorry. Zoned out. What was the question?
Do I have
That
your
is-
word that you aren't gonna
Exactly
use
what's
anything
going-
I tell you against Iolanthe?
Oh, of course not. As a sick woman who's different from the rest of her family, I understand that.
All right. And he whispers something under his breath.
What did he say? Can I hear him?
It would be a perception check.
No, I'm gonna try it.
I would also like to hear what he says.
Yeah.
17.
Can any of us make a roll or?
I'll say the two who made a roll can make a roll.
Okay.
I just don't. I want to avoid skill dogpiling if we can.
Natural
Yeah.
one.
Adira
17.
hears him while he's looking at Aster and kind of squints his eyes. He says, "Really, Bolivan?" And then Bolivar, and then Bolivan, and he turns back to all of you and he says, "Cold iron. It can be used to kill them. It'll be more effective than any weapons that you have, magical or non-magical, and their father, Cranion, if you can get him to say each of your names, you won't have to kill him a second time. But if you fight him, you will probably die. So it's probably best to... If you have a vendetta against Goldemar, Ash, I would just go after him. The rest of them are all pretty evil, but... Probably best to stay away from their father.
Is anyone attached to Goldemar, or just kind of he's the guy that nobody likes?
I mean, the rest of their siblings like him.
Okay.
Oriel doesn't, but that's because Oriel is a child. Goldemar is an angry bully.
All right. Well, that was helpful.
And by this point, you all have come to the mouth of the sewers. And he says, "All right. Good luck. We'll send someone once you find a place to stay."
Great.
Right.
Don't we have a place to stay? 'Cause I think I bought that room again.
You do not have
Yep.
a pass back to the upper district, though.
Don't I have a
Oh,
key
yeah.
to the room?
You have a key to the room.
Can't get back to the upper district though.
But wouldn't the key to the room be like, hey, we've been here?
You have a key. They'd be like, all right, well, that's a cool key. I mean, you could always go back to the gate and try to convince them.
We should look for Bruna and Tove if they're even
Yeah,
still
Yeah,
in the
that should
town.
be our next thing.
Sure.
Oh,
but what were you gonna say?
Pietra, we have two other companions with us. They're cool. They will help.
All right. Good to know. And he sort of walks off back into the shadows. And you notice that despite his bulk, he is good at disappearing. And that's where we're going to finish up this session of the Adventures of the A-Team. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
At one point earlier in the episode, when you were talking, it reminded me of Chi Chi Devane doing Eartha Kitt during Snap Game.
I don't know which character that was, but that's cool.
It was Chi-Chi Devane. It was during
No, I
season
know
8.
I know that.
It was really terrible.
I think it was while you were,
Well, I was being the fancy shopkeep.
yeah.
Hello, darling.
Oh my god, you're right.
Like at the knick-knack store.
I'm
Yeah.
a cat.
That was the other reason I wanted to go back to the store, because I wanted to talk to Chi Chi Devane.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. Sweet baby Angel.
I'm going to class shame you. I'm Michelle Visage.
Yep. Well, that wasn't that episode, but
No.
yeah.
Ben, real quick. I haven't checked the chat a lot since midterms have been happening. Did the Thorns level up last time?
Yeah, the Thorns are level 11.
Okay.
And
I
I
wasn't
think we
sure.
also got our feats.
You did, yeah.
The
Yeah, I'll
things
need
that them
to
feats.
add that at some point.
This
Tavern
group,
Brawler is perfect for Soren.
Yep. This group did not have their feats yet.
And we didn't level up either, I guess.
I mean, you haven't fought a dragon.
Yeah, the Lion's Hope level up. I
Did I
mean,
already level up?
we
I
I'm gonna
did.
do that right now.
Oh wait, the Lions Hope
Well,
are
still
going to
remember.
have a level up. I will message that group. Sorry.
Oh,
we fought a whole ass army.
yeah. Sure.
I mean, and I will just let you all know. Cranion, the leader of the Ultim Vectas, has the chalice.
Okay.
Okay.
He just didn't
Dad
tell.
does?
He just did not tell his kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I was thinking, one of the questions I was going to ask is like, does the dad, like, she's a violinist, why doesn't she play for a crowd? And then I was like, that's not a question that Adira would ask. That's a question Sybil would ask. So I had to.